Hey guys, Dr. Michigan Piper here again. I figured, hey, we're going with the 2 theme. I'll do 2 videos in one day. So if you didn't watch the golf video, I'm smoking my Peterson pipe 03 that I got from Adam from A Piper Wondering. Great little pipe. And I'm smoking Distinguished Gentleman. And I'm also drinking with it, in honor of the holiday weekend, a bottle of Sam Adams Boston Lager. But I figured I'd do another video today because I had a good weekend, other than tractor breaking today, which is why I'm down here smoking a pipe instead of brush shopping my back property. Friday, we harvested the honey from the bees, and what a cool thing, you guys. I mean, we ended up netting. I don't know if you say netting. 52 pounds of the golden stuff. We weren't even expecting, I wasn't really expecting to get a whole lot of honey this year, because we started off with 0 hives this year. And usually in your first year, you don't get much honey, if any, because you're trying to build your bees up. But we were able to get 52 pounds, so we split that up. This first batch we gave away much of it just because, you get into bees and everybody's like, I want honey, I want honey, I want honey. So we went ahead and doled it out. There's 2 of us that are doing it together. And so we split that up and then, gave it out to who we're going to give it out to. So pretty cool. And then aside from that, I also got, I went out and I went to garage sales. I love going to garage sales, you guys. I'm not a garage sale freak, but if we're driving by a garage sale and we've got time, it's one of my favorite things to do with my wife, especially when we're on vacation or holiday or whatever. Just driving by, it's like, hey, let's go stop by there and see if they got anything good, right? And they had a little crock pot. It was about that big around, about that tall. They wanted $2 for it. I'm like, sold. I know what I can use that for. So I took the leftover wax from when we processed the honey, and I made some little wax slugs. Now you can see it looks kind of crappy on the bottom, all the stuff that gets on the bottom there, but pretty cool. I'm on, let's see, I've made 3 of these so far. I've still got some wax left, so we're making some more. I use this for forging. When I get done forging, then you wipe this on the metal and it creates that black patina, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, black finish. But it also is just overall good sealer of the metal. So I thought that was pretty neat. I'd seen people do that in a crock pot before, and I'm like, well, I can do that too. So it was very cool to see that much honey. So that was 52 pounds equals to about just shy of a 5-gallon bucket. And when you're harvesting it, you put the frames of honey in a spinner. You take the tops off, and it flings the honey to the outside of the stainless steel container, and then it dribbles down into a gate. And then that gate you open up and goes into a 5-gallon bucket. The bucket itself has a gate on it. You have a screen in between, so it catches all the bees' wings and legs and everything else like that you don't want in your honey. And so we put the bucket up on a table to put the honey in jars. And I just got a chair and sat in front of it. And that little gate at the bottom of the barrel, or the bottom bucket, is about that big. So, you think about honey, excuse me, you're thinking teaspoons at a time and slow dripping off the teaspoon. Well, the weather was perfect because they say you want to process your honey in about 75 to 85 degrees because it flows the best right there. And I think it was 83 degrees on Friday. So I'm sitting in this chair and I open this gate and this stuff flows out like it's oil. Like a lot thinner than I expected. And to see it, that much honey flow that fast, and to know after the whole season that came in a minute amount of time with each bee that came in was pretty neat. So we got that all jarred up. I did manage to pull 15 pounds of it aside so I can make some mead, a new 5-gallon batch of mead. So looking forward to that because I'm getting behind on keeping up with that. So that'll be my next project. I've got some sanitizer stuff coming in the mail, and when that comes in, then I'll make another batch of mead. It stinks because I only got like 2 jars, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger than that jar there, the left of the mead. So, and I'd like to leave it sit for a year because this last batch I let sit for a year and it was delicious. So it stinks because I gotta wait another year, you know, to get some good mead, but I'll probably make a couple. I've been told that the longer it sits, even over a decade, the better it gets. What I'd really like to do, and I've got the equipment for it, is to do 2 batches, and I may do this next year, is do 2 batches of mead, 1 5-gallon bucket for the following year, or 1 5-gallon jug for the following year, and then 1 5-gallon jar just to forget about, just to leave it, you know, and whether it's a couple of years or 10 years or whatever, you know, go dig into that. Now they have to do what's called racking. I don't remember if I described that in my mead video or not. But racking, what that is as the yeast does its thing and it dies, it settles to the bottom very slowly. It's very easy to stir up, but it can change the flavor, and not in a good way, of your mead. So what you do is you take 1 bottle that's got your mead in it and all that dead yeast at the bottom. You take another bottle and you transfer it. You take a hose and you siphon it into the next bottle and leave all that dead yeast at the bottom, so it doesn't turn or change the flavor in a bad way of your mead. So I'll have to do that, but just leave that sit and soak for several years. Boy, how cool would that be, you know? So I want to do that. Part of me is like, well, I should do it with a 5-gallon pail or a 5-gallon jug. But the other part of me is like, well, maybe I do it with several 1-gallon jugs, so that, you know, I can open one in a couple years and then open another one in like 5 years and open another one in 7 and 10, you know. So I haven't figured that part out yet. I got till next year to figure that out because I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot of honey next year. So right now we have 9 hives. And on average, you have about a 50% loss of your hives where I'm at in Michigan, 50% loss over the winter. So if you have, we're probably gonna have 8 going into winter because we're gonna combine 1 or 2 week. So say I have 8 hives, on average, I'll lose 4 hives. So that means I'll have 4 hives to start off with next year that are ready to make honey right out of the gate. So we're gonna try one technique. It's called Demaree method. It's supposed to really ramp up the I don't know, your production of honey. And then we're going to try some other experiments, but I was told that in 1 year, out of 1 hive, you can get a couple 100 pounds of honey. So if that's the case, then we're hoping to start selling some honey, throw some money back into the kitty, because that 52 pounds of honey that we made, if we'd have sold all that this year, that's about $500 worth of honey. So, and of course, you know, bees is like any other hobby, like pipe smoking. You know, you don't do it to make money, because you're gonna spend a lot of money on it. But the nice part of bees is you can make some of that back. You know, pipe smoking is kind of hard unless you're like a pipe maker or tobacco blender or whatever. But excuse me, with bees, you can sell some of your bees. You can split them off. You can also, like I said, sell the honey, sell the wax. So kind of excited about that. So it's been a good year as far as the bees go, and now I'm kind of enjoying the spoils. So kind of flying high on that. So guys, it's Labor Day weekend, and I'm going to finish this pipe, finish this beer, and just kind of relax for the day. So I do hope you're all doing well. And until next time, you take care.